the key is given unto David, and he's the only one that has the key. And he's the king
Verse 10.
in the flesh.
Therefore, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord. Neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity.
Us, we're the seed of Jacob. Wij zijn de zaad van Jacob. En wij gaan gered worden hier zo in Nederland, Holland.
The sleeping sons of Jacob.
The sleeping sons of Jacob, just like in the movie, what's the movie's name? Hellboy. There was a sleeping army, right? And one who had the crown, that might have been some kind of spin-off of the Lord Jehovah or King David, giving orders to the sleeping giants, and they don't die. So that's the nation of Israel when they wake up, sleeping kings. That's where we are, and we have no queens. That does not exist. We have a couple of princesses, but they're gonna be put in place just where they belong, and that's under the man. Onder de man hoort de vrouw. En vooral de black woman die nu vrij is. Daarom hebben ze zijn vrijheid gegeven daar zo in de Arabiere landen. En wat doen die vrouwen wanneer ze vrijheid krijgen en meer geld dan die mannen? Ze denken dat ze stoer zijn. Ze gaan dan zoeken wie ze willen. Ze gaan dan vechten tegen hun mannen. Maar dat is een plan van Willie Lynch. En die plan hebben de black women goed uitgediend. De Latino woman en de Native American woman, de Indianen. Ze dienen het allemaal goed uit. Maar binnenkort, wanneer die straf van hun komt, wat in the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 staat, rise up ye women that are at ease, gaan ze hun straf krijgen voor die dingen wat ze denken. Niet alleen praten, denken zelf. Laat staan praten. En doen. Laat staan doen.
O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
None shall make us afraid, because the Most High gave us a trembling heart. He made us weak. So now we're actually with trembling heart in this nation. You know how we have trembling hearts? Let's talk about the Bloods and the Crips. They so mother effing bad, right? But when it comes down, they don't attack white people. If a white boy comes in the hood, he dresses full red or full blue, they're not gonna associate him with a gang. And even if he is, he could just walk up to a couple of brothers in red and just pop them. You know why? Because they're scared. They only hate each other. But those
Off one another.
you're throwing.
Each other.
Anyway, the Lord is not dealing with no Bloods and no Crips, because they are going to be put to death. I know a lot of Bloods and Crips probably watching us right now, talking their shit, but in that day, you're gonna run. You're gonna catch it worse than the white man. You know why? Because you're one of us. You're supposed to be in your mind, in your clear mind. But the Most High put a spirit on you that you're a demon. So actually, I can't blame you. But if you actually think good, if you was a righteous man, you would have stepped out of that gang.
Because listen, the Most High didn't appoint you in the spirit world, to be one of these, to be one of the men of the Most High.
Yeah.
You know? So you niggas, you are just doing what the Lord wants you to do.
Yeah, and before he formed you, he knew you. So he knew that you were a bastard. And then he just put you in the body of a bastard.
But let me say one thing. On this side, you niggas will die, but you will come back in the reincarnation, because still you're an Israelite.
In your
and
right
then
mind.
you will be righteous, man. But in this kingdom, you're going to do a lot of hell, because the Most High still made you an Israelite. In this kingdom, you're going to die, but when you come back in the kingdom, you will be ruling.
Do you see yourself on this sign? Ma'am, do you see yourself on this sign? Are you so-called Nigerian? Ghanaian. Did you know that the so-called Negroes are not Africans? We are a different nation. But some of the Africans are so-called Negroes. You know how? Look, if your father is a so-called Negro or Indiano, then you are what your father is. the nation. You might look like your mother. Maybe your mother is a white woman, right? I'll give you an example. And then you look like your mother, but you are your father's nation. So we're here to tell our people that we are not Africans. We are not Negroes, because those are cuss words. Because there's no such thing as an African. It's a white man who took over that country and he named you. He called you African, but you're not African. Your biblical name, the Africans, are Hamites. Ham. And the so-called Negroes are Israelites.
They came from the line of Shem.
From the line of Jacob. So what we need to teach our people is that you are not what they call you. You are what the Bible calls you. Okay? And some of our people, they look like Africans, but they're not. Because some of the Nigerians, some of the Igbo tribe, and the Ashanti. A lot of them are so-called Negroes. They're not Africans.
Yet, when Jerusalem was overthrown by the Romans, what happened? You had Jews, that's documented in books. They fled into Africa, different parts of Africa. You have West Africa and in North Africa, but they was living amongst themselves in different tribes, but they were Israelites. So what we're telling is these people are scattered all over the planet of the earth. But we know for a surety that the so-called Negro, the Native American, and the Indian, they are Israelites according to the curses. But in Africa you have different tribes too that they are Israelites. The same is as the Igbo.
This is from the book from Timbuktu
The Hebrews.
From Babylon to Timbuktu. This is page 84, and we're going to read how it came to pass. How it came to pass that the Negroes went to West Africa, and there the Africans catch them, along with the Arabs and the white people. Then they sold amongst each other. So,
Says in the year 65 BC, so before Christ, 65 before Christ BC, the Roman armies, the Roman Empire, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD after Christ, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Palestine also, that means those so-called Arabs also, along with these Africans.
During the period,
And the Romans, sorry, the Romans.
during the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
That's why the so-called Negroes was there, because they fled into Africa. Because we are one dark nation, they couldn't see. But the Africans, they know damn well that you're not African. You're a so-called Negro, right? You can tell if I'm an African or not, right? You can tell by my face, right? And I can tell by your face that you're not so-called Negroes. But some of us, they look like them, but they're not them. You understand?
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
So these Arabs, these Africans, and they sold us into slavery, because it says it right here. Go on.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
They sold us. That's why the so-called Negroes was captured in Africa, and they say we're Africans. You know why? Because then they can steal our identity. Then they can say they are the Jews. But they are not the Jews. Because the Bible says the Jews are black. The Bible says God is a black man. The Bible says his son is a black man. Now how can these white people be the first on the earth if from dark, you can only get white from black, right? You cannot get black from white. So how can they be the first? But nobody thinks about it, because especially the Latin tribes, when they think they're light skinned, then they think they're above you. But it's actually the other way around, because the dark skin is the royal skin. That's why they're in the sun.
And because that's why they try to get a tan.
If they really are above you, right? First of all, your underfoot is their face complexion. That's one. But if they really are above you, right? Why do they go into the sun? You are above them. But because they got the money and the houses and the technology, then they got material things. And you think with your spiritual body, you think they better than you. But they're trying to get your body.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So you are telling us about the gospel or not?
Yeah.
Okay. But it look as if you are doing some discrimination somewhere.
Yes, I am. Because the Bible talks
No.
about discrimination.
No, but I think Jesus loves everyone.
No.
Give me the scripture where it says so for now.
And Timothy and Jeremiah, all the nations so fucking.
The book of Matthew.
Give me Psalms. Psalms 147. 74.
Psalm 74.
On the 47.
Psalm 47 verse.
Verse 19 and 20.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus Yahushua sent forth.
The one you call Jesus, he sent his apostles forth, right?
Sent forth
Right? Okay, this is what they said.
and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles,
Do not go to the other nations. That's what Jesus said, so-called Jesus. Go on.
and into any city of the Samaritans
Why are you calling
enter ye
so-called?
not.
How do you call Jesus so-called?
Because that's not his name. That is a Greek name. Just like how they call us African, they call the so-called Negros. They call you African. They call you Asian. Those are white people names. It's the white man who conquered Africa. Then he called you Africa. He conquered Asia. Then he called you Asian.
Yeah, but I think, to me, my opinion, I think the name they give us has nothing to do with.
I know. That's what I'm telling
Because when we do good, we love each other. We stay together. We have peace. That's what God wants.
you. No, he does not want that. Wait a minute.
Why?
What about the Tower of Babylon? You heard about the Tower of Babylon?
Yes, I heard it.
Why did he confound them?
Yeah,
he
because
didn't
they
want
were
them to come together.
trying to, he didn't.
What?
They were trying to
What?
speak one language.
No, they
to
were
plan,
speaking one language.
And
They were
to
trying to
plan
come
it to
together.
do some bad things against God.
No, they were trying to come
In
together.
order to go to God.
No.
Go together.
They were trying to come together
Yeah.
as one people. But that's not what God wants.
No.
So what did he do?
They were together and they built a tower. And they said they are going to heaven. They are going-
No, that's not what they said. That's not in the Bible, man. That's not in the Bible. That is not in the
Can
Bible.
we read that?
Yes, we have. Where did you hear that? Did you read it
about it.
yourself?
Yes,
You yourself.
myself.
How can you make a mistake like that?
I don't make mistake.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 1, the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
And the whole earth was of one language
Yes.
and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they loved them. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven,
Huh.
and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered upon the face of the whole, upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the
That
tower.
will remain there. They made the tower and they were planning to do what?
They
They
wanted
wanted,
to come together as one people.
but they were one.
Nay, they were speaking one language. They were speaking one language.
They were speaking one language.
Yes.
And they came together.
Yes.
And they built a tower.
Yeah.
And they were going for to the tower for
You
what?
cannot go to heaven because you're going to die in space. That's not what
That
they
is why God break the
That's
languages.
not why. He didn't want them to come together.
Read it again. Read
Because
it again.
I am
And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower with the children of men building.
Okay.
And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one,
Okay? Okay?
and they have all one language.
One language.
And this they began to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do.
Okay.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
Confound their language. Make them
Fine.
talk
So
other
in
language.
that case, when they were together, so they decided to do something to challenge God.
No, they just wanted to come together.
Yeah, they wanted to
That's
be
what
one.
he said.
That-
To
that's
build
what-
the
that's
tower
what the
and go to
scripture
it.
said. And
You
the
can't
Lord
go to
said,
God.
and the Lord said, behold, the people is one. But why is the Lord not telling them? Because he don't want the people to be one. That's why the Most High created nations. Hello? That's what they don't understand.
That's what it was. The other nation will come together
when-
as one and give it hype for it. But
When you
they
ask-
told me, like what they say, I hear other people say. Look, I hear other people say. The people say they're making the tower to go against God. You know? That's what they say. That's what other people say. I will say, it is scripture is saying that now. But they want people still want to go in heaven against God.
What these people don't understand is that the Most High makes everything in variety.
Yeah.
We make different species of birds, different species of cats.
Yeah.
Also of men, humans.
Yeah.
Adam, the Adam.
You make it separate then. You make it separate, you know?
I'm sorry.
Divided
There's a guy who
What I have to say.
Before you go.
yeah, I'm interested, but I don't have time. Somebody.
Before you go,
Yeah.
why in the animal kingdom, why doesn't a lion try and make children with a leopard? It's not good.
It's not.
You're not supposed to intermingle with
And
other
that's even
nations.
the law in the scripture.
You're not
But
supposed
that is
to.
animal. Lions
Yes,
have
but a
to.
man also, because what comes with that? Racism. Do you think that they're gonna like you when you go out of Amsterdam? You go to a white neighborhood. Do you think everybody's gonna like you?
My brother, even the black people, listen,
I
even
know,
in
I
the
know,
black society,
I know.
some people don't like me.
I know.
But I don't give, I want God to love me. I want
I
God.
love you.
That's why I read, I love
God is
it,
only
I
gonna
listen
love
to
you if
God.
you're an Israelite.
If men love you and God hates you, you have big problem. But if God, people reject you, I have a testimony. If I tell you, love
You
you,
cannot testify.
You see?
You know what?
right?
Testify, it comes from the word testes. Testes, you have to have testicles to testify. A woman cannot, give me the testimony.
God loves me and I like it. It's so good. So what is your name of the church? Your church?
We don't have a church because the Bible says the Lord doesn't dwell in a man-made house. And first of all, second of all, I mean,
So you live in Holland?
yeah, the churches, what they do, they molest little boys.
Chapter 2, verse 11.
This is what the Bible says for women.
This is what Paul was writing to Timothy. Paul the apostle. This is what he's writing. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man.
A woman is not supposed to be a police officer or a tram conductor.
This is what
This is what the Bible says. Look, I know you don't like it. You know why? Because this is the truth. This is the truth. That's why a lot of women.
People don't like it.
You know what's going to happen to a lot of women? Give me Isaiah. Give me
See the New
Isaiah.
Testament? Those people don't like that.
This is what is going to
Don't like
happen.
that. When the Bible said that, they say, fuck that. You are doing woman to work also. Woman to be over the man.
Woman
and
did-
all these things.
This is what's going to happen to women. Isaiah.
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve.
See, Adam was born from
And Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
Only when you have the child of the man, then you get saved. Why? The Most High, the one you call God, He is working in order. It first comes the one you call God, then the one, His son, then the man, then the woman, then the children. The woman cannot go to God. It says it.
Woman cannot go to God.
No, you cannot go to God.
So you are not going to heaven.
You're going to go to heaven, but heaven is a state. But anyway, let's keep it just basically. The woman